Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie podcast here. Tonight is a kind of just night where I'm just going to talk about a few things. Feel free if you want to join me. I'm here. I can invite you to the screen um, and we can rap. We can talk about a few things here. So, a few things on my mind is New York Knicks. Now, Georgetown coach Patrick Ewing getting security checked by Madison Square Garden. It's crazy. That's I don't care what you think, what you say. It's just crazy. Conversation is you know we talked about it. Me and a couple of my friends. The dude's name's in the rafters. Um, and yeah, he's from Massachusetts, but dude is he can walk around New York anywhere. People are gonna recognize him. He's a 7 foot, 7 foot guy, and when it came to the Knicks, that's all you heard. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks. It just doesn't get any bigger than that when you're talking about the Knicks. Dude is just tremendous, and he's continues to contribute to the game of basketball by coaching those young kids at Georgetown. So it's to me it's a shame, and I'm not expecting anybody to apologize to him, but I think that someone needs to you know school these security personnel on who's who in Madison Square Garden. Early in the week, I also had discussion about Texas Longhorns and their fight song and the controversy behind that. You know, black players don't want to sing the song because it's racial overtones and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You know, when is enough is enough. They say when is enough is enough because they think that black folks are complaining about everything, whether it's statues, whether it's words, or yeah, they're complaining. When are we supposed to stop complaining? You're not fixing it, so why can't why can't a black man complain about a fight song that likes using the N word and so on and so forth? It's it's a shame. We're tired of fighting, tired of people saying that we're kind of being oversensitive about the issue. Guess what? We're not. We're not. Your ass ain't in change. You are not in change. You're not. He wasn't put in slavery and not going through systematic changes. So guess what? We're gonna continue to complain. If you don't like it, suck it up. Uh, we love what you're doing. Hey, I love y'all listening to me. This is definitely something that I like doing. And by the way, hi Cynthia from Arizona. Nice to hear you, see you. My brother was supposed to come on here. I guess he chickened out, but I wanted to talk to him, chit chat with him about, anything, But it would have been nice to have him on. Maybe he's washing the dishes, doing the laundry. I don't know, folding laundry. He's doing something. Maybe he's going to a liquor store to buy toilet paper, like he always says. So feel free to join me. If you want to join me, just say invite me in the comment section. I'll send you the link, and I'll invite you in. Hello, everyone. How you doing? So the Really Charlie podcast is brought to you on Saturdays most of the time, but throughout the week I get guests that want to come on. So I can't say no. I can't say no. I'm trying to introduce this podcast, so I'm trying to use every opportunity I can with my guest. And if they want to come on, on a Monday, I'm going to put them on. So, but what do you want to talk about? Put something in your comment section. Let's talk about some issues. I started it off with Patrick Ewing, Texas University, and their fight song. What else? You know, we heard about the Royals and the and their racial overtones with the baby might be too come out too dark. Well, to me, black is beautiful, right? If the kid comes out black, black is in their family tree. Someone bring that to my attention. My friend Shelley, you know, Queen Elizabeth. So, is what it is, man. The world is changing. It's very. I mean, it's getting to. It's a common thing to see. No matter what race, mixed races, you see mixed race families all over the place, and and you can see a white man with a black grandchild. That's common, or reverse, you know, or reverse. It happens. It's called life. It's called man and a woman making a family, regardless of what race they are, and the shades of their color come out the way they're supposed to, the way God created it. Too many people are not living up to the fact, or just don't want to see it, that you know people don't have barriers anymore. They're not having them. So, but Archie is so adorable. I agree. That is a cute. I like that baby. He's already picture perfect, already ready for the camera, already ready to be dressed up like royalty, even though he won't. He's he's gonna be a beautiful kid. You see them hanging out on the beach, hanging out in the yard, with the animals, and they're just trying to be husband and wife, mommy and daddy. So guess what? Do that. Do that. You don't have to be an actress. Just be mommy and daddy. Mommy, being a parent is a great thing, don't you think? It's the best thing in the world for me. I'm so happy to be a father, and why shouldn't they? I'm pretty sure they can't wait to see their kids running around. It's just awesome, awesome. But what do you really want to talk about today? Well, my boy Michael Kahn, he's actually started his podcast and his show, Sports Corner. Definitely, dude's already in his element. He's already, doing quite a few things, and so I I just so proud of him. He's definitely, put me in the right direction with my podcast, and I'm so happy that he's doing his own thing. So Michael Kahn, the Kahn man. How do you feel about Tom Brady and his 4-year contract? Well, I think he's done after this coming year, and I think he just basically signed that contract to help out Tampa Bay for signing him, and He'll just be worried about this first year, this first money up front, and then he'll be off in the sunset after the end of this year. And and then that other money becomes available, you know, after he retires. So that's just trying to keep players in the right place. They have to definitely sign linebacker David, so they need as much money as they can. If you can free up $1 or $2 million here or there, and add it to the salary that you're already going to give David, then it works out. You see how special that guy was on the defense. He was just tremendous. If they didn't have him, I don't think they make the playoffs. To tell you the truth, but Brady is doing his thing. There's a reason why he's called the GOAT. A couple of years back, it was big debate whether he was or not. And then what he did at the end of the season definitely put him over the hump. And I'm glad it happened for him. Well deserved. And as you see, I got my Cam Newton jersey on, and I'm glad he got signed. Just talking to my son about it, and we were talking about a few things. What do I think? And I think Cam's just signed. He's signed for reasons, maybe just to have him on the roster, and perhaps he could be used as um, a bridge quarterback. He can be used as possible trade bait later on. All depends. But I'm glad he's here. He paid his dues this last year, and some people may not like it, but hey, I get to wear this jersey one more year. All right. Got to the point where I was buying jerseys and people were leaving the very following year, 2 years later. I think we got a new dynasty coming up. Your brother Malik says the Raiders are winning the Super Bowl. Well, Malik, smart kid. He is a smart kid, but I think the Raiders got to work on their running game, or at least utilize their running game. And Carr may not be the person that they need. The guy on the bench, Mariota, that's definitely the dude that I like. And I was thinking maybe he would come to the Patriots, but we'll see. Um, but Malik, I always root for your Raiders till they play the Patriots. So it's good. It's good to have high hopes for your team. Definitely is. I was real disappointed. Not real disappointed, but I was just saddened about the Celtics game in Brooklyn yesterday. Um, I don't know what's wrong with that team, and but do I actually think that you can defend Brooklyn? You know, they can shoot from all over the court. Every player can shoot. Every player can do something. So I think that the Celtics have shown that they can drive to the hoop, but for some reason, that culture philosophy, that team philosophy, is loving that 3 point arc. And Tatum was going to the hoop at will. Jalen Brown, he decided that he was going to live by his jump shot all game, and he forgets that when people were frowning on Jalen Brown is when he was taking a lot of jump shots, and now he's kind of reverted back to it, even after playing good in the All Star game. There it is, one game into back from the break, and here he is. He's chucking up 3 pointers, jump shots. He's hoping that it falls, and maybe he's got that impression that he's a jump shooter. And but I would like I don't mind it, but you know what? The guy is athletic that he can go to the hoop against most people in the NBA, and he just kind of bails them out. And they only play defense, or play on the court from, they kind of stop at the 3 point arc, and that's where he's going to settle. He's going to settle there unless he curls to the hoop. But anyways, enough of that. If Danny Ainge doesn't make a trade, the Celtics might just hang it up. He's got to make a tremendous trade, and if he doesn't do it, you know what? He deserves all the criticism throughout the off season that the Boston fan base, Boston media can give him, because he's just sitting and sitting and sitting. What's the sense of trading Hayward for that trade exemption, a player exemption? What was all that for when you're not going to utilize it? Um, so we'll see. I don't know who he's waiting for. So the Really Charlie podcast, and I just want to let everyone know that Kevin Perry chickened out today. I sent him an invite to come on here so he can talk, and he bailed out. He didn't want to talk to me today. I always knew something was wrong with that kid, because when growing up, he liked Pro-Keds. He's wearing Pro-Keds. For y'all don't know what Pro-Keds are, Google it. Those are the sneakers that he liked as a kid, Pro-Keds. Why would you wear Pro-Keds when you can wear Converse All Stars? Or, something. Pro-Keds. I knew something was wrong with him. All right, y'all. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Talk to me. Well, got a few people coming on this weekend. Earl White from NCIS. Man, dude is doing some big things. And from No Problemos from downtown New Bedford to working on the screen. So proud of that kid. Um, Seen some videos of him, some live videos where he was so happy to get Amaros Linguiça sent down there to New Orleans to him. And I know the feeling, brother. You move out of this area, kind of get that craving for some of that Linguiça, and need someone to send it to you. So Earl will be on here Saturday. Sunday, I have Lucy Coutinho. Great woman, inspiring woman, will empower many women to go after their goals, and I can't wait to speak to her. She has her own podcast, um, and she has her own website, Lou's Inspirations. So, great weekend. We have Jason Mello coming on, candidate for counselor at large. He'll be on Sunday. Get to talk to him about his inspirations of becoming a counselor at large for the city of New Bedford. Known him for many years. Definitely a good dude, good honest dude. He's ready to try to move into one of those seats in the city council. And I think he got a chance. I really do. Quite a few new candidates coming on the Really Charlie podcast. Got Scott Pemberton also running for counselor at large. He'll be on. We have Ross Grace Jr. running for school committee once again. He'll be on next week. And so we got quite a few guests. Ayana Parent, another local author, um, trainer. Definitely, I can't wait to speak to her. I've been doing some little research on her, so she'll be on next week on the 20th, I believe it is. So a lot of things coming up. Trying to bring the right stuff to you. Trying to bring it to you so you can listen here to these local authors, or just basically they don't have to be local. If some of these people are from across the country, so you know, trying to bring some quality stuff to you. Even though we're just rapping right now, I think conversation is good. I hope y'all tuning in to the local podcasts, from WMB1 Radio with the Wind Down podcast. You also have Brian Magnet, Stephen Lopes, Derek Consatio, got DJ Mud, you got Edward Blends. You have such a huge variety coming out of that radio station, WMB1 Radio. So tune in. They're doing stuff 24 hours a day. One of my favorites. And I mentioned earlier about Michael Kahn and Sports Corner. Get Derek Baptiste, city councilor, coming up with his podcast soon. And that's going to be on point. And it's called Yo Listen. Yo Listen. And so that I can't wait. Anything Derek puts on is going to be nice. It's going to be quality. My boy, Chef Gordon Woodbury, will be on here. Don't miss that. It's going to give you some viewing of his recipes. I'm have the video on here. He's going to also talk about his life skills, you know, his knowledge. He can cook, and he's also intelligent. So he's going to give you all some advice. It's a must see podcast coming up with him eventually, on the 22nd. And also, don't forget about, you know, Mike Herron and Mika out Far River, you know, throwing up a couple of podcasts, every weekly, every day, actually every week. I'm sorry. They're doing their own little podcasts out there. It's good to see that we're all kind of bringing something to the community. You know, conversation pieces. Conversations about what's going on, whether it be worldly, locally. We're definitely bringing those conversations front and center. And to me personally, that these podcasts, that you see, whether even got Paul Santos and Chris Santos doing their thing, on the Paul Santos live show. They're coming on. They're coming out with quality stuff, whether it's entertainers and talking local sports. You know, so people in this area are trying to give you guys something to talk about, to listen to, and that's good. To me, it's better than some of the local radios and newspapers and some of the stuff they're bringing out there because it's something that's so selective. The stuff they put in the papers. It's at least here, we could just freely do our thing and talk about many issues. Um, and it's good. It's good to talk to the guy down the street that's a baker. It's good to talk to the single father doing his thing. It's good to talk to some of the frontline workers and where you give them some praise, and that's what podcasts are doing. You know, nationally, I listen to All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Stephen Jackson. I'm also listening to Deion Sanders with 21st and Prime. Uh, I love in the morning to get to listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. If you want to laugh in the morning, that's definitely something you should listen to. So these are all podcasts that are being brought to you. You know, jump on YouTube, and Google podcast, and you see the people that you love watching on TV now. Most of them have podcasts. That most of them are doing their own podcasts, and it's they're not out of the picture. They're actually in the limelight, talking about many issues. Um, so that's the thing to do. And if you want to start a podcast, I highly recommend that you go to Anchor, Spotify, um, and use StreamYard. Like I'm using, use StreamYard. Just kind of click on it through your browser and it go live. You can do that every week. Some of you have some great intellect, and you should be bringing it out to the public. If you don't have a problem with being on the screen, you know, start your own podcast. Easy enough, And if it's adult rated, you could still do it on Anchor. You just gotta, you know, but to do it on, Facebook and so on and so forth, it's going to be a little bit hard. But it would be nice. It would be nice to hear some of you guys and girls on your own podcasts on a weekly basis where I can listen and learn. You teach me something. Teach me something. All right. Please come join me. Come join me. You want to invite, you want to come on the screen, just click in the comment section, invite me, and I'll invite you to the screen. We can talk about something, whatever is on your mind. Kind of go back and forth. Got a few minutes here. Bear with me. Just checking my messages here. What y'all think about the shows? The guests that are coming on. You know, Today I got a inbox message about Jean Costa. Can't wait to get her on there. I got to set up and talk with her about getting her on there, and can hear her story, hear her inspirations. And she's a mentor, another mentor in this community. Like to hear her voice on here. We're going to bring it to the Really Tally podcast. Got Candida Rose. She's coming. She's get her singing, doing her thing. Lori Gomes, business owner downtown. Also a local singer. I'd like to get her on. Um, I reached out to Shades with Danielle Andrews. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'd like to get them on here, or even her on here, and let them have the show for an hour. Do their thing. Another way to introduce some of the people in our area. Yesterday we had, Sean Graves, Joe Neves of Denison Memorial Community Center, and you know that story was great. One of my favorites. So I'm just trying to reach out to the community and do my thing. We're going to see what's trending here. Some of the things that have been going on, some of the talk about different trades, different rumors, Harrison Barnes coming to the Celtics. I hope good quality person. And you mentioned Harrison Barnes. Isn't the dude played for Golden State? But isn't that the piece that's missing in Golden State? You know, isn't that the guy that's probably missing? Other than Clay. Clay's definitely huge piece. But right now, you put Barnes on that team. Where Draymond Green is just kind of running around, jumping around, grabbing rebounds, and that's about all he's doing. But Barnes, he's going to be productive. He's going to get those rebounds that Draymond's getting, but he's going to score and produce some points. And he's another dude that is I'm surprised that Golden State didn't go after him for whatever reason. Maybe something happened in the past that they're just kind of fading away from him, or the salary's just too much. But I mean, can't be more than Draymond's contract. But it is what it is. I think the Celtics are gonna actually miss out on a lot of things. Talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and I got a feeling that Drummond's gonna grab. He's gonna get grabbed by somebody. Lakers are looking to grab somebody. Another big dude, and so it's most likely. I mean, who doesn't want to go to LA? So we'll see what happens. The only bad thing about California is the taxes. So, all right. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. Um, and stay tuned tomorrow. Got a good guest ready and willing. Earl White will be here, so stay tuned. And definitely going to be a good show. Good, inspiring act. Well, he's not inspiring anymore. The dude's an actor. He's doing his thing. So he'll be on tomorrow. We'll get to chit chat and talk with him. He's been in a local newspaper and radio, but I can't wait. Can't wait to talk to the young man. All right, y'all. I just want to say, have a good night. I appreciate you hanging in there and listening to me for a few moments, but I just couldn't go without saying a few things to you. Um, and like I said, we'll be on tomorrow and Sunday. So tune in to the Really Charlie podcast on StreamYard, Anchor, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to be a guest on the Really Charlie podcast, please inbox me, leave something in the comment section, and we can talk about it. I would definitely get you on there. And after next week, no Really Charlie podcast on Thursdays, due to other things that I have to do. So Thursdays will be a break for me. Um, and so mask those beautiful faces, hand sanitize your hands, wash your hands, stay safe, stay safe. And I want to shout out to all the teachers out there, all the frontline workers. You guys are doing a great job. And I also don't want to forget the paras and the cafeteria workers in New Bedford struggling to get a contract. Please, please continue to fight. If you don't fight for yourself, no one else is going to fight for you. Don't be satisfied. Continue to fight. and get what you deserve. Along with the EMS, New Bedford EMS, continue to fight. The guys are making money in the city. It's the one thing the city's profiting off is emergency services. When you hear those red lights and sirens en route to a house, you always want to give your blessings and hope that no one's hurt. Hopefully that EMS gets there in time to save a life. But as those lights are bringing people to the hospital, they're also bringing money into the city. Don't let people fool you. Nothing's for free around here. Whether you're getting a card for assistance to help your family, guess what? That card is getting utilized. That card is getting swiped. And you know what? In the back and the side of the ambulance, it says New Bedford EMS. Someone's going to pay the city of New Bedford for bringing you to the hospital. And so it's just money, money, money rolling in. So when the EMS is asking for help, when they are asking for help, we need to provide a better service for the city of New Bedford. We need another rig. We need more man and woman power. We need more staffing. That should be provided for them because money is generated on a daily basis by EMS and its services. So why can't you take some of that money and provide services to the New Bedford EMS? Something I talked about when I ran for mayor. And but you know what? It's still on the table. I ran 2017, 2021. Same issues. People in the school department unhappy. Um, and if you've worked or been in and out of the school system, everyone's crying for a para to help them out amongst the ranks, staffing, whatever. Paras do a great service. Every child in the New Bedford school system gets fed, and they're getting fed by the cafeteria staff. So why wouldn't you pay those lunch aides when they're providing an essential service to our children within the school system? I don't know. I know I would. I would try to find that money. I don't think they really have to find the money. It's there, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago. Taxes are going up. Everything's going up. It's an election year. So as you see people taking out their paperwork and getting ready to run their campaigns during 2021, got probably a month and a half, and people are going to start knocking on your doors. Give me your vote. I need your vote. I need your vote. Just remember, you don't have to go back too far to find out what they have done in this past year or two, and so when these new candidates come up, look at them, evaluate them. They may produce better results for the city of New Bedford. I'm just saying, if you're happy with New Bedford and what's going on, then people will stay put. But y'all got to come out and vote. 16 to 22% of the voting population has come out for these last elections, local elections. And so that percent, less than 25%, is coming out to make decisions of who's gonna be the administrators of your city, of your fine city. And it's not just New Bedford; it's all over the country. Local politics getting decided on very small numbers. So as far as the national election, people came out. So all right, enough of the Really Charlie podcast. Love you guys. Continue to watch me. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Share the live feed when you see the podcast on so I can have a broader audience. And God bless. I appreciate y'all. Take care.